Hi, Facebook. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Doon, 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 doon. Hello. Hello, Instagram. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. How are you all doing this beautiful day after election? If you are on, great. Henpez, how are you? Jen Love, how are you? Um, SYS Balloon Designs, you have an amazing collection of just stuff. Your stuff is beautiful, by the way. Denise, how are you? Hello, the Singing Moon. How are you doing? Susta, I believe I'm saying that correctly. It's Gabby T. What's up, Gabby? Um, Let me see. Kathy's on. Marcos is on. Yanni Fieros, 89 DLC. Yes, 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 yes. Um, G Nieto 29 is on. Awesome. Welcome. And who is on Facebook? If you are on Facebook, please post that you're on here. Oh, I just found this out as we were here. Wow. This is really awesome. I didn't even know we had that here. Gabby, I found this on the Xerox machine. Anyways, so welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. If it's your first time, let me know it's your first time. If this is not your first time, I want you to type. I know usually I put the city that you guys are tuning in from, but today I actually want you to write what you're doing. So if you're watching, obviously besides Wealthy Wednesday, but are you laying on the couch? Are you in the living room? Um, what are you currently doing? Susan, our first time, welcome. If it's your first time, please post that it's your first time. Um, so yes, if it's not your first time, I just want to know, where are you tuning in? What part of your home are you in? The living room? What are you doing? Are you helping the kids with homework? Whatever it is that you're doing, are you biting your nails, watching the news about all this? Gabby T says she's working on websites. Woohoo! Driving home from work. Awesome. Hands free. I love it. Yes, I was about to ask that. Great. Um, what else? What is everybody else up to? Cleaning out my kitchen cabinets. Ooh, you're doing the home edit. I love it. Getting dinner ready. What's for dinner, Kathy? Eating albondigas in the dining area. Oh my God, that sounds so good right now. My mom just came in with some chicken soup, so I can't wait to have it. Awesome. Peaceful Soul, how are you? Welcome. So, welcome to Wealthy Wednesdays. Let me see, getting my little girl ready for bedtime. Oh, yes, I'll be doing that in about an hour or so. Right after Wealthy Wednesdays, we eat dinner, and right to bed is where Miss Camila goes. So yes, I appreciate you taking the time, for all of you, for you guys to be tuning in for Wealthy Wednesday. So thank you guys. I know it's definitely been a day. I see a lot of the memes, and I just want to address it. I mean, again, this is not political. This is just because I know it's in the air. It's like we're waiting for results, and it feels like I read this meme and I thought it was hilarious. It's we're all like, what was it? The meme was all about I feel like we're all waiting for STD results, and I was like, oh my god, it's so nerve-wracking, right? Okay, great. Lucelana's waiting for their son to finish practice, working out. Ooh, I love it. Fantastic. So yes, today is definitely a day that there's a lot of anxiety, as I see on social media. One thing that I did do today, um, one thing that I did do today that I thought was something that I don't always do, is I actually turned off all the lights. I got the mood ready for me to just chill. And I started playing Selena. So I'm a big fan of Selena. And I started listening to it in my kitchen. And I just started dancing with Camila. And I was like, I don't want to listen to all the crazy news. I don't want to see everything that's being posted on social media, because it bombards your head and then you don't know what to believe, right? And there's a lot of like good stuff, and then there's a lot of lies. And then there's just a lot of everything. And so I said, no, that's not how I want to have my day after an election. I want to be at peace with the vote that I made, and I want to be at peace. And that's where I chose to be, was today, was I chose to be at peace. And how I did that was, I literally, like I said, I turned off the lights. I put on some music. I danced with her in the living room. I danced with her in the kitchen. She was laughing her booty off, which was fantastic. It was just really beautiful to do that and just experience and just appreciate the present moment of the fact that even though in the world it seems really chaotic, that I can have peace within here that will help me create peace within my home. So again, just wanted to throw that out there. So however you're feeling is perfectly fine. If you're anxious, it's perfectly fine. However you're feeling, your feelings are valid. Just What can you do to up level yourself? What can you do to, um, you know, continue to not feel down or feel like just overwhelmed or anxiety or what? Just create something that makes you happy, whatever that looks like. So, again, if you guys want to listen to that, why not? I feel like it's too late. Well, sorry, but it's still never too late. 7 o'clock. You guys have a few more hours before you end your night. Um, you know, I did for a while where I couldn't sleep. I got the app Calm, and it literally calmed me down very quickly. So, Calm, the app, is really awesome for you guys to just you calm your brain down a little bit at nighttime for those that suffer from anxiety. Okay, so for those that it's your first time tuning in, I want to say hi to everybody that's on here. But those that it's your first time, welcome. I hope it's not your last. And for those that are continuously joining us, thank you. Whether it's on the replay, whether it's on the live, I appreciate all of your attention, your time away from your families, just to hear me out and hear a different perspective on Wealthy Wednesdays. The goal is always to bring a different topic, a different perspective, not right or wrong, just a different opinion, right? And so I've had some Wealthy Wednesdays where people were like, I needed to hear this message, right? Did I get the free version? No, I got the free version. I didn't pay for it. I got the free version. Um, and so, yes. So, again, the goal is to up level you or get you to think a little bit differently and always in a way that allows you to up level every area of your life, whatever that looks like, right? So, that's where we come up with different topics. And I was thinking about this as I was going through a very intense training recently online, and it actually consumed a lot of my mental space. And as I was, learning, I'm always learning. I'm always a student, and some stuff I already know because I've been practicing it in my business. But just continuously learning different perspectives and different things. And something really stood out for me, just in how to communicate the message a little bit better. And so that's how I wanted to talk about today's subject or topic, I should say. But before I do, I also want to let you know that I will be posting the dates for the 2021 Financial Boot Camp next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we're going to announce when the dates are going to be, just so that you know. And so tune in. Actually, I take that back. Next Tuesday, which you'll all know through Wealthy Wednesday when the dates are going to be for the 2021 financial boot camps, just so that you all stay tuned, because some of you I know want to take it. And if you're an alumni, please post that you're an alumni. I'm sure you have friends and family members that want to take it. So I will be posting all that information very, very soon, like next week soon. And then if you haven't gotten a free copy of a version of my version of my book, you can go to my website, evamacias.com. You'll see a little pop-up that shows up, says put your email in here. When you put your email, we will send you a copy of the ebook, and it'll get sent to your email. Please make sure you check your spam, trash, promotional folders, because sometimes my email gets sent there, and we'll send you a free copy of it. And also, if you want to buy a paid copy, you're more than welcome to a hardcover. You're more than welcome to by going to Amazon and getting a free copy. You'll get it tomorrow. Again, so yes, that's on the book. That's on the Financial Bootcamp. And let's talk about today's topic. So today's topic, I really wanted to talk about how do you buy more time, right? Because we could earn more money, but how do you buy time? So I have a question for you guys. How do you buy more time? I'm just curious. Um, oh yes, as I am. So my assistant, thank you, Gabby. If you unsubscribe from any of my emails and we try to send you emails like the free version of the ebook, it's not going to allow us to send it to you because you unsubscribed if you ever have. So let us know, send us an email. You have to resubscribe just so that you know. Okay, so just don't unsubscribe. Okay. So again, the question is, how do you buy more time? How? And why do you want to buy more time? Like, what is it that you want to do more of? So by waking up earlier. Awesome. Absolutely. L. Olvera, you got it, by waking up earlier. Absolutely. You want to buy more time? You wake up earlier. So that this way you have more hours in the day. I heard this from a very successful person that said, a successful person that wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning because by the time people are getting ready, I already have a few hours in my business. So yes, going to bed earlier. Okay. Now, time management, fantastic. These are great answers. What else do you guys want to, like, how do you buy more time? You buy more time also potentially, right? By planning ahead. I love it. Not getting stuck in traffic, right? Sometimes traffic can waste time. Not wasting time by like doing things that you don't like, right? Let me see. You adjust, you make schedules, say no to things that you really, so say no. So really say no to things that you don't want to do by focusing on important things and not wasting time on people or things that don't serve me. Awesome. Thank you for that. Block time on the calendar. I'm a big calendar type of person. If it's not on the calendar, it's not going to happen, which is a good thing. But sometimes when your calendars don't link, you're like, oh, but I'm a big calendar. I used to write everything down because if not, I can't trust this. Um, Exercise because I want to spend more time with my family. That's incredible. Thank you, Nancy. Um, Exercise because having good health gives you the ability to have better health, allows you more time for your family, right? Longevity. Calendar, okay? Awesome. Let go of what isn't important. Fantastic. Prioritizing your time. Routines. Great. I second that. Okay, great. So all of your answers are fantastic. I absolutely love them and thank you for sharing them. Also, like you want to spend more time on what, right? Like what do you want to spend time on? So for me personally right now, I love spending more time with Camila. I really do. Like she's a fun baby. So take breaks from social media. Yes, yes, yes. Except on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. um, yes, absolutely, right? So all of your answers are correct. There's no right or wrong answers. But let me just also show you how you buy more time. Besides, all of your answers are correct, right? You wake up earlier, you go to bed sooner so you can wake up earlier, you time block, you prioritize, you do all that. And I've been guilty of not doing any of that. And I've also want to pat myself in the back for doing a lot of that, right? So wherever you are, that's perfectly fine. But another way for you to be able to buy more time is by you using different tools as leverage. And the reason why I want to talk about this is obviously when you guys come on to Wealthy Wednesday or when you come talk to me, we usually talk about money. But there's more than just money that we talk about, right? We talk about mindset, we talk about stories, what has happened in the past, what are your limited beliefs around money, all these different things. What do you know? What do you not know? You know what I mean? So it's always about education. If you've had a conversation with me, I'm always trying to teach you something, or not teach you, but provide you something of value so that you now have this information and now you can act on that information that I've given you. You know, hopefully it's valuable so that you can act on it so that it changes your life, right? So, how can you use money as leverage to buy you more time? And this is why I wanted to talk about it because as I was going through this training, one of the questions for us as planners, you know, and all that, it was what do your clients want more of? And I don't know how old you guys are. If you guys are comfortable putting your age, you're more than welcome to. But when I see clients who are in their 60s, in their 70s, and even in their 80s, more in their 60s and 70s, I don't have a lot of clients in their 80s. I don't. But I do have, a pretty substantial amount of clients in their 60s. And the thing is this, when you're 60, right, you want to be able to have more time with your loved ones. Because if we just look at numbers, right, as we get older, we have a higher probability of death. And so you want to be able to buy more time. So how do you mature age? I love it. Thank you. Thank you guys for posting your age. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 next or November. In 2 months, I'll be 40, and I rock it. So it comes down to money, right? When you use different accounts for leverage to buy you time. So I'll use a perfect example of a 401k, not just a 401k, but having multiple retirement accounts besides your 401k. When you're able to have, let's just say your Social Security, you're able to have your 401k, you're able to have a non-qualified account, you're able to have a Roth IRA, you're able to have cash value life insurances, you're able to have real estate, you're able to have stocks, you're able to have a little bit of everything. You now have leverage, and that leverage allows you to choose when you will stop doing what you need to do in order for you to provide income to your household. So what do I mean by that is when meeting with my clients who are in their 60s, right? if let's just say your full retirement age is 67, let's just use that number because it is for a lot of the younger generation, it'll be 67. And I really do believe that that'll get extended to 70 over time. I don't have any proof of that, but I should say I haven't done my homework in regards to that, but just what I've seen in the past is we stretch out numbers. So for a lot of my younger crowd, it'll probably be 67 for you, and for my mature audience, it's usually about between the age of 65 and 66, right? So let's just say you don't want to retire at 65 and you don't want to retire at 67 and you sure don't want to retire at 70 and you want to retire at 60, right? 60 is your number in your head, like you want to retire at 60 and you're 30 right now. I'm going to make the math really simple for me. You have 30 years. So the question is, what will you be doing for the next 30 years to give you leverage for you to actually be able to retire at 60? And how do you do that? Well, it's by putting money away. And not just putting money away in a savings, it's putting money away in these designated accounts specifically for the goal in mind. So I have a client who early on, since he worked, he said he knew that he wanted to retire at 65. So he literally came into my office 2 months before his 65th birthday. And he said, I want to retire. I've paid off all of my debt. I've paid off my house. I paid off my ex-wife. This was his second marriage. Everything he owned, he didn't have any debt whatsoever. He wanted to retire peacefully. He wanted to be able to enjoy his retirement. He wanted to be able to travel. He wanted to be able to spend if he wanted to without feeling the need that he had to always write his numbers down or second guess his numbers. So he always had the end in mind that he wanted to retire at 65. Along the way, in his about 50s, he did get a health scare. So even for a bigger reason of why he wanted to retire earlier, because he said, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to enjoy those years. And so he set up everything specifically designed for him to be able to retire at 65 without any debt. Okay, so all his income that he has is for him to travel if he wants to travel, to do whatever he wants, to spend more time with his son, with the daughter that he has, with his girlfriend, whatever the case may be. But he specifically designed his life with the end in mind. And so my question for all of you is not just to buy more time, because you can still get more time and just waste time, right? Like imagine you have more time and you're like, oh, I don't really have anything to do. But the goal is, and the reason why I say, the different investment vehicles like your 401ks, like additional retirement accounts, is because the more money you bring in to your household, the more you're able to then say, you know what, it is okay and it is safe for me to retire at 60 because financially I can afford to do so instead of me waiting till I'm 65 or 67. And also, another thing right now too is really important is who chooses your retirement age. This is one thing that I see often when I show people their social security statements and I help them understand that. If it says on your social security statement that you should be retiring at the age of 67, people think that's their retirement age. That was given by Social Security. That was not given by you. And you have full control of you. So the question is, if you choose to say, I want to retire at 60, and I'm going to do everything I can to do so that I can financially be independent and I can have plenty of, then I can help you. Come make an appointment, right? I can reach out to me at my website. My email is eva@evamacias.com. I can help you do that. It'll be in multiple ways. It will be taking a look at all the financial vehicles that are available for you, from retirement accounts to real estate to using them as leverage, right? There's no one's better than the other. It's just where do you fall, right? And so again, right now it's taking control of your time and your retirement age, like saying, no, I want to retire at this age and I'm going to do whatever I can. Now, I also want to share a little bit about this, is because a lot of the times I do get people who are unrealistic. I have had clients in the past who say, I want to retire at 55, but they're they have $100,000 debt, their house is not paid off. Let's just say they're 40 years of age, that's 15 years. They're not saving any money. Like, I'm going to be the messenger of bad news and say that's probably not going to happen unless you get an inheritance from someone or you win the lotto. And so it's being very realistic. And this is another thing. When you go see a professional, whether it be me or somebody else, the goal is to obviously earn your business. But I'm not going to tell you what you, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to show you how to get to where you want to be, but I'm going to tell you the necessary steps that you need to take. And that might make you feel a little uncomfortable and that might scare you a little bit because this is not something that you're used to doing. Like if I tell you, okay, you're going to save $500 a month, you'll be like, but if we look at your bank account, you probably have been spending that or a lot more on Amazon, Target, Marshalls, Ross, Starbucks, whatever. I don't know where you shop. I'm just going to throw Amazon out there because we all get boxes in our front door. So it's easier for us to say, oh my God, there's no way I have $500 to save. But if I say, let's go shopping, you might find $500. Or if I say, let's go on a trip, you will find $500, right? I'll give you a perfect example of a young woman who I'm extremely proud of. And she's actually an alumni from almost about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. My husband actually recently helped her buy a home. And, you know, it's kind of crazy of me that I don't always pay attention to all of his buyers. I just don't, right? It's really difficult for me to be able to like remember all the people he helps. But somebody, I think it was Marisol, I don't remember, but somebody on their team helped one of the alumni. And this is what she said. She actually did a testimonial, which I thought was really, really cool. She said something that I said through boot camp, which was act as if you already have the house. So she started putting money away as if it was her mortgage payment. And that's actually how she saved up her deposit for her house. Fast forward, I believe a year later, she has money to buy a house. Now she's like, I'm going to buy a house because I'm spending the money elsewhere. Why not spend it on something that can, build equity over time versus shopping into things that aren't going to help me out? And it just like, it actually resonated. It hit her. It like, she's like, oh my God, yeah, I've been spending the same amount of money here. Why not put that money away and act as if I already became a homeowner? So now that she's a homeowner, she's like, it's a piece of cake because I've been doing this already for a year or so. So I share that with you is because she started acting as if she already bought the house, and a year later she bought the house. Act as if you already are retired. So putting the money away. You may not be able to put that higher amount right now because you might have financial responsibilities, but still being able to use these different financial vehicles for you to be able to have leverage, for you to have more time, whether it be time to retire early, whether it be time to spend more with your family, whether it be time for you to take better care of your health, of your personal being, whether it be for you to volunteer more of your time, whether it be for you to spend more time with your grandkids, with your children. I'm very grateful, I'm very grateful to my husband and to all the hard work that myself and him have put to be able to stay home with our daughter, even like without COVID, but COVID, obviously, we're all staying home, but just being able to stay home. And so asking yourself, because we all want more time and more money, right? It's if I want to buy myself more time, what do I want to spend my time on? And how can I buy myself more time? By putting money away. Because again, they're designated accounts. Like you want to save money so that if the time comes for an emergency, you're not freaking out and you have that money saved up so that the emergency doesn't become this like stressful situation, chaotic situation. It just becomes like, yes, XYZ happened. It's going to run me $10,000. Here's $10,000. No big deal. Let me move on with my day. Like you allow that to flow and be at ease, where a lot of the times we're living paycheck to paycheck. We're living very chaotic and we're like, it's like this. You're just doing this. And I believe it's Einstein who said it, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get different results, something like that. I probably butchered it, but it's something to that effect. And so if you want different results, you got to be willing to have different actions, right? If you're committed to those goals, then it's important for you to implement and take action at home, right? I get it. Do does the president and everything happen in the nation affect us? Yes, but understand this. And I posted a meme or a funny Friday about this, and it was a woman holding on to her dollars, and it said if Biden wins or if Donald Trump wins, and it's the same girl holding her money. And really, the intention behind that is not to say one is better than the other or like nothing, not any of that. The goal behind that post, which is it was a funny Friday for me, is it doesn't matter who is president. They don't have control over you. You have control over you and everything that happens in your household. So I want you to take full responsibility and ownership of the fact that you get to own your power and you get to say what happens in your household. And you don't give your power away to politicians and the media and all that crazy stuff and your peace of mind. You say, I want X and I'm going to work towards it. If you get laid off because of COVID or because this or because of that, take 100% responsibility and say, okay, I got laid off. I got to go get another job. Right? And because there's how many other pre-presidents before us, there's going to be a president you're not going to like. Right? There's going to be one. Just like there's good years and then there's bad years. There's going to be good presidents and then there's going to be shitty presidents, right? Regardless of, you still have to provide food on the table. You still have to, you still have to live. And I get it right now. Like, I voted, my husband voted, like my mother voted for the first time in her life, right? Because she wants to be able to create a better future for, the children and the grandkids and all that stuff. But I say that because it does not matter. It does matter what's going on in the world, but how you make the world a better place is by starting here and here and in your household. And that is very important for you to understand, why do I want to have more time, right? Why do I want to have more money? Is for you to continuously share who you really are, like more of your presence and more of who you are with your loved ones. Because again, money comes and goes, but time doesn't, right? Like if I think about this, like if I look back and I'm like, oh my God, I could save all the money in the world, but I can't bring my dad back. He passed, right? I can't bring him back. Even if I had millions of dollars, I can't. So the best thing I can do is remember him, remember all the great memories, remember all of his teachings. I can already have my dad, like through this whole political stuff, through all this voting, I had my dad so present here. I was like, oh my God, I can only imagine what my dad would say right now. Like, let me be at peace with it. Let me laugh with it. Let me laugh with him about this. And let me just be at peace with it. And so, again, it's what you do with the information that's given to you. My goal, is to help you understand that I know there's chaos in the world. I know this world is super unfair. I get it. There's a lot of shitty stuff going on in the world. And it does impact our mental state, and I get that. But I also want you to understand that you have the equal power to have control and say, no, not today, yo. Like today, it's not going to affect me. And today I'm going to do something to better whatever is happening in my household. And today I'm going to have better control of me having more time because I'm, like now as a mother, I care more of me and what happens to me because I know it's going to happen. Like it'll affect my daughter. If there was no other little human around, I'd be like, okay, my husband and I are both very, we can get by, right? And so, but now there's a little human that requires of us, and so let me continuously be the best version of me. Let me now. I look at life a little bit different. Like as much as I love to work, I really do, and I think to a certain extent we become workaholics. That's not everything in life because my child's not going to just remember, oh, my mother was a hard worker. Like yes, she's going to remember that, but she also going to remember, well, she didn't have time for me. She didn't, do this, or I wish she would have spent a little bit more time with me, or I wish I would have had more of her presence. Like that's the things that I imagine. So it's like, how can you do what you're currently doing a little bit better, a little bit faster, a little bit more efficient, so that you're able to buy more time for you to enjoy the things and not the things, but the people you love, right? Because you can have a nice house, but if you're never there, you're spending the mortgage on a house, you're never there. You see, it's important for you to understand, why do I want to get more time? And how can I use these different vehicles, from investing to, real estate, to 401ks, to pension plans, to social security? How can I use these vehicles to help me get to where I want to be a little bit faster. And so, again, it is really important that you understand that and that you work towards that. As I was having a conversation with my cousin today, you know, just just about politics, about business, about motherhood. I said, and I remember telling her, I said, regardless of what's going on in the world, the person that creates the peace is you. The person that creates the money is you. The person that creates the legacy is you. The person that transfers the wealth is you. And so, why not be able to do so and allow it to be peacefully and not feel like a burden, but more like a beautiful responsibility that we have. Like, what a beautiful thing to know that you were the chosen one to be able to transfer wealth to your children instead of debt. That you were the chosen one to make the decisions for your family that you can impact generations ahead. Like, it's going to be awesome for us to be able to impact 3 to 4 5 generations ahead. It's a different mind space, but you can't have that mind space of saying, oh, I'm going to take care of the next 5 generations if you're living paycheck to paycheck, because your whole brain is consumed about paycheck to paycheck. How are you going to pay your next bill? How are you going to think about paying for generations ahead? Right? And so it's learning how to be okay with letting go of your current circumstance for you to become the person you need to be that's going to create the results you want to create in the future, right? And so I think that's really important for us to talk about. It's how can I buy more time for me to enjoy the things that I love, and how can I use these different tools available for me. I'm one of your tools, by the way, so that I could be able to be the chosen one to create legacies, not just for me, my children, my grandkids, but the future grandkids ahead, even if you never see it. That's why we want a better future, right? We want a better future, not just for everybody. You start with everybody at home. You start with everybody in your household, and then you go to your brothers and sisters, and you go to your communities, so that we can create a better home for everybody. And I don't just mean a better home like your house, your casa. I mean a better home here. A better home here. And that, I truly believe, is how we end up really creating peace and harmony and abundance and just happier human beings at the end of the day. So, again, I wish all of you guys a fantastic Wealthy Wednesdays. Yes, you can go on my website and book appointments, evamacias.com. You guys can go check out my website, book an appointment there. It's actually a phone call. We don't do Zoom calls. It's literally just a quick phone call. It's usually a 30-minute consultation. Some take 30 minutes, some take 15 minutes. It just depends. Just give us a call, see if we can help you. If we can, we'll let you know. If we can't, we'll also let you know. And again, start thinking about that. Sometimes we're too busy looking at all the chaos that we forget to ask ourselves what we really want out of the life that was given to us. And so again, I hope you guys have a fantastic Wealthy Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in for the next 33 minutes. I absolutely appreciate you very, very much. And if you found this information useful, if it landed in your heart, if it landed in your brain, share it with me. Let me know it did. Because I think sometimes, I blab and I talk and I this and I that. And sometimes I don't know if the message is coming across the way I actually want to communicate it. And I'm responsible for that. So again, I hope you guys understood the message loud and clear, that this was all about you guys having more peace, harmony, leverage, time to do those things that you really want to get accomplished, and for you guys to have the time with the people that you absolutely love. So again, I absolutely love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Wealthy Wednesday. And again, my website is evamacias.com. Bye, everybody.